皆さん、こんにちは、Joanna です。So, a very important thing about being a Japanese student or a student in general is to have a very good notes, very good notes in general. But it is true that, for example, when I started learning, my notes were horrible, and they kind of still are. The thing is, I did have a few techniques that I developed during the years, and also I actually, you know, improved my notes. So today we will talk about that, how to make your Japanese notes more simple and more easy and accessible for you. So let's go. So actually this weekend I'm meeting in person one of my students. She has been living, and well, she still lives in Japan, and we met when she was already there to make online classes. But she's actually from the same place where I live, and that was very funny when we discovered. So she came to see her family, and we will also be meeting on Sunday. So I was very excited, and I thought, what present can I give her? Because first of all, she lives in Japan, so any Japanese book she can just go downstairs and buy herself something more cheap than I can and more easily, and she can choose what she wants. So giving her a book in Japanese wasn't actually, I thought, a good present. So thinking about what I could give her as a good present and also as a teacher, I thought, okay, let's make herself. I wrote the notes for all N5 grammar, and this is what I will give her. So I thought this was a good opportunity to show you guys how very organized notes could look like. I actually made them very cute because I like cute notes, but this is, of course, this is not the important thing about it. You can make the notes as you want. The idea is see how organized them. So first of all, the important thing about having notes is that first you already need to understand it. So the notes that you have on class, of the class, or the video that you were watching to study, those are not useful and probably you will have them, as I do, on this kind of sheets of paper, or if you had a notebook you will have them in the notebook, but those notes are not useful. Why do I say that? It's because first you wrote them quickly, and second, because you were in that moment studying something, you weren't probably understanding it fully. So the idea is you have your notes, like the notes that you made that day, and once you already studied that part and you understood that part, you grab another notebook or a document on the computer and you write it in the most simple way with it's better if it's your own explanation, how you understood it. Of course, I'm her teacher, I'm not her. So remembering us in class, I try to explain it in a way that I know she would understand it and the most simple way possible. For example, something very basic. This is only grammar, so vocabulary stuff is not here. But for example, the counters. If you don't know what the counters are, don't worry, we will talk about it. But for example, the counters, I just wrote a basic knowledge that you need to know about the counters, where they go, etc. And then I wrote the list of the more basic counters. So if she needs to review them, she has everything here, and it's, as you can see, very, very clearly written. So this would be the first important thing. The second, or actually the most important thing, is the organization. So what I did is I wrote index. This is very important because here you can, for example, I want to review this, or I forgot that. So you just you search over here. Okay, the particles are on page 4, and you just go to page 4 because the pages are numbered, and you just search for it. Or then with these sticky notes, I put where the basic or main topics are. For example, verbs. Verbs would be the piggy, so you just do like that, and you are in the verbs section very quickly. So basically is being organized and being very clear and very writing everything very simply. So you just write the grammar, whatever it is, the organization, very organized and very simple, and then you write an example sentence. That is also very important. Why do I say that? It's because, as I already said, I was a very unorganized student, very bad at organization and at making notes. And one problem that I had when I started to be a teacher, of course, I wanted to see my old notes, the notes that I wrote when I just started Japanese, to see how I understood it at the beginning, how I explained myself things. And yeah, I wanted to see it basically, but couldn't find it. And if I found it, was with, I still do it, but I put it in a note, but it was pages like that with very strange hieroglyphics that I couldn't figure out. So if you start being organized from the beginning, you can always check out your own notes that you did in that moment. So, because I imagine the ones that you are watching this video, you are all beginners. I really, really recommend doing this. So, well, that's it. I hope you have a nice day and see you in our video. Mata ne!